What are you feeding your subconscious mind? What are you feeding it? Because what you feed it is what will help it to grow. What you feed it will determine how it will grow. Peace. Title would be, what are you feeding your subconscious mind? And what do I mean by that? What I mean is, the things that you pay attention to. I feel like this is going to be like a quick video, like a lot quicker than usual, but like, what are you feeding your subconscious mind? And so what do I mean by that? Like, what I mean is, like, what are you paying attention to as far as the things that interest you or the things that even don't interest you? Because they go hand in hand, right? You can't have one without the other. So what I mean by this is, because we're often taught to believe that the subconscious mind is just about your beliefs, like your sense of morality and your belief system about things. But sometimes it's the aesthetic of things that go with the formation of your subconscious mind. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is, like, what things are you paying attention to? That's what I mean by the title of, what are you feeding your subconscious mind? Because, like, how can I put this? Like, the things that you watch on television, or the kind of music that you listen to, the things that kind of draw your attention, or kind of interest or spark your interest, or the things that will impact your subconscious. That's what I mean. Like, is there certain, like, what kind of music do you like to listen to? What kind of television shows or movies do you like to watch? What are your hobbies and interests? What things are you drawn to? Ask yourself. These are, all these things are just a matter of asking yourself these questions on your own. You're like questioning or asking yourself these things, like what kind of what things do you pick up on that catch or spark your interest? Like, are you into like really crazy and wild stuff? Do you like a lot of sex, drugs, and violence? Are you into movies and shows and music that involve and produce and promote a lot of sex, drugs, and violence? Or are you like into something more melodic and chill, or more like innocent and simplistic? Are you like artistic? Are you like into sports? A lot of these things are just a matter of interest. So the things that you're like drawn to, that, like I said, are like, well, like what I would call like the aesthetic of your subconscious. And I was gonna probably do, or I might do, another video about like the aesthetics of your subconscious. So I'll go into it a little bit with this video. And what I mean by that is, the reason why I say aesthetics is because like I said, what are you drawn to, right? As far as like music or social media or just media in general, fashion, style, swag, like music, like I said, sports, gaming, career interest, the looks that you're into and stuff like that, like fashion and designs of cars, houses, environments, places you want to travel to. Like, what appeals to you, better yet, I should say. What are you drawn to? What are you gravitated towards, or what sparks your interest, or what appeals to you? Because those things that you might want to question, not in a negative sense, but question in a way that, like, why am I drawn to these certain things? Why do these things like spark my interest? Why are my interests like aroused by these things? Why am I drawn to certain things? Because that could be like a way for you to like find your path in life, I suppose, for your for the experience of your humanity while you're here. Is like, what are you drawn to? This is how you could find like your passion and your interests, as far as what interests or what sparks your interest, right? Like the things that appeal to you are on a subconscious level, especially if you're dreaming about those things, because your subconscious, like I said, has a way of communicating with you through your dreams. And so the things that you find appealing on a subconscious level might be trying to communicate with you to take on that path, or to seek more of that interest further on, so that you can learn more about it or see more about it, see more to it. Like, I call it like aesthetics of your subconscious, because these are just like the things that for some reason just like spark your interest. And you notice when you follow certain things, that certain gut feelings or certain interests that you just have within you, you notice that it kind of does go somewhere, doesn't it? Doesn't it always kind of lead you to another thing? Doesn't it grow and evolve more into something bigger or something more interesting? Because for some reason you just have this need to draw today. You feel like just buying a sketchbook for some reason. You feel like getting a sketchbook at the art store, the bookstore, and you just want to start coloring, or you just want to. There's just certain interests, as far as like hobbies, let's say, that you just have a certain interest to pick up and start doing. So when you have that unshakable desire to just kind of pursue it for that moment, it kind of does take you places, because it's something that your spirit or your soul wanted to have an experience with for that moment. And all I'm saying is, like, what are you feeding your subconscious? And what I mean by that is, like, what are you paying attention to the most, right? Because whatever you pay attention to the most kind of develops and grows. So wherever attention goes, energy flows. So like, just be mindful of what you're really paying attention to, as far as like the media, television, movies, shows, manga, comics, anime, music. Like what things are like interesting to you? What things do you, or better yet, what things do you seem to like? Like, do you like all the lewd and wild and sex, violence, and drugs? Or do you like the more simplistic, more like innocent things that just feel good to you? Because what you're feeding your subconscious is determined by what you're paying attention to, or better yet, what you're really drawn to, or what you seem to really like, right? What appeals to you. So better yet, pay attention to what pay attention to what appeals to you, right? As far as what you're paying attention to, like what seems most appealing to you, right? Like, because those are the things that kind of get into your energy field and your aura, and that's the energy that you bring out with you in the end. So as within, so without. So the things that you pay attention to become attached to your energy, and what becomes attached to your energy then becomes not only a part of your aura, but it now is something that you're kind of carrying with you. And that's what determines the kind of people that you like magnetize, or that you draw towards you, or the situations that you draw towards you. The world that you're going to live in the external experience will now be determined by what's going on from within. Like, you're shaping your reality from within with your subconscious, based on your interests and the things that you seem appealed to. And in turn, as within, so without, the outside world is now going to reflect that. And so sometimes you just have to pay attention to what's going on from within first, for you to be able to make the determination, or that realization of, okay, so this is why people are coming towards me in a certain kind of way. Boy's getting dark. I need to be making more videos like earlier, before sunset. But anyway, that's how you can figure out how you can transfigure or configure like the external world that you're living in, is by looking within first and questioning things, because that's where you can find how to fix things and reprogram or deprogram the things that are in your subconscious, by looking within first, so that you can change what's on the outside along with what's on the inside first. So the things that you are attached to, or that you're finding yourself appealed by, are things you want to pay attention to, because they determine, like on a subconscious level, like your energy and what you're going to be picking up on and what you're going to be molding in your subconscious, in your reality later on in the outside world. So yeah, with that being said, as within so without, power of awareness. Pay attention to what you're drawn to, what you're paying attention to, because those things impact your subconscious. And yeah, appeal and interest and things that kind of bring interest to you, those also impress the subconscious. Like, you ever notice that you see something or someone that's dressed a certain way, or there's a certain kind of music that you just can't stop listening to? Those things that really spark your interest and get your energy going, those are impressing your subconscious. And so those things determine your reality, because that energy that you're so attached to is what you keep feeding onto. Therefore, it's creating your reality subconsciously, and that's gonna determine what the outside world you're living in is gonna be like. And yeah, with that being said, this was a quick video, and yeah, what are you feeding your subconscious mind? Question that. Question what you're paying attention to, and question what you're drawn to. Because what you're drawn to will determine the kind of vibration or aura or energy that you pick up, that you're vibrating on, which therefore will in turn determine the vibration of the world, the external world that you're living in as well. Because that's within so without. So yeah, with that being said, guys, peace. What are you feeding your subconscious? Ask yourself.